Welcome back, my titillating talkers. How you doing today? It's Chris here, and we are going to play... What are we playing? What is this called? Oh, BLoons Monkey City! Of course we know what it's called. I'm going to start off with just a really quick, crystal tile in here. With a really delicious boomerang right here, since it's probably only going to have mostly balloons, maybe one Moab or something like that. Like, nothing special whatsoever. Pop my ninja right here. So I can still pop Moabs and stuff, but he's also more of a cleanup guy than like getting up in the action and hitting the balloons and everything. But overall, it's going to be a pretty easy one. It's only 12 rounds total. And after that, we're actually going to go pop into one more regular one. So next time, we can beat the special mission. I'm kind of excited about it, kind of, sort of, a little bit, maybe, a little tiny bit. I'm super excited, actually. It's the Darude, it's called Sandstorm, but I call it Darude Sandstorm. I actually remember the first time that I posted a video of that is a long time ago, by the way, probably 3-4 years ago, maybe, like right when BLoons Monkey City came out, right when that thing came out, and, I ended up putting the Darude Sandstorm music over the BLoons Monkey City music, and I used that instead. And everybody thought that Ninja Kiwi was super duper awesome for using that music, but it was really just me. And I guess that makes me kind of awesome. Not quite as awesome as a big company using Darude Sandstorm, but I tricked a ton of people with it. It was actually really cool to watch. Alright, so things are going really smoothly so far. The crazy thing about these tiles, though, is that everything kind of happens all at once. Hey, shh. Little puppy, it's okay. Don't worry too much. No. Nope. Okay, leave. Oh my gosh. Stupid dog, what are you doing over here? Barking all over the place. She was actually being pretty good. She was just kind of hiding underneath my desk. Because what she used to do, a long time ago, she used to hide under my desk, kind of like where my laptop was. But the thing is, as it was in the middle of the room, so she could easily just walk out either way. But now, the way my desk is oriented, it's up against the wall. So it's not quite so easy to make that happen. I don't know what she's crying about. Somebody at the front door or something? I don't know. But here we go. I'm gonna get this the signal flare right here. Oh, maybe we got a package delivery. That's probably what happened. She's all like, "Oh, let me inside. Come on, come visit me. I'm such a good puppy. I just want somebody to pay attention to me." I actually paid a crap ton of attention to her today. I took her on like a 45-minute walk, right? Then I went on a run, and then we went swimming for like 45 minutes. So, like, dude, come on, what more could you ask for as a little puppy dog, right? So I'm going to pop another mortar in here, and we're going to get a left-sided mortar this time. Good combo right here. Alright. I think we're good. I mean, we got a lot of money, though. Should I just spend it? Just to make sure? Just to make sure. I don't know if I get like a wizard in here to get some extra crap in here. We got a tornado wizard. I never get one of those guys. So it's sort of an accident, but it works. And as you can tell, not even a single Moab right here, guys. I guess it probably tells us, even with... Yeah, it does. It was just a ceramic tile, so it doesn't even matter. So they want me to fight Bloonaris, but that's not on my to-do list today. My to-do list is another arid grass tile over here. This is a tough tile. This is a goofy one. Alright, so we get banana farms, though. That's the nice thing about this. So we're going to have to use, obviously, ninjas. Ooh, actually not that difficult. I totally thought that these were further away, but no, this actually works out really, really well. I think if we can get a reasonably high ninja up, we should be able to take it down, you know? We're going to... Oh gosh, the balloons are already trouble for us. Come on, get some upgrades. There we go. Got the second tier already. Now put it on non-stop mode. So one thing that I for sure have to not do is not be greedy, guys. It's one thing that I've been probably a little bit too much lately. My greediness level is fairly high. You know what sucks? When I get on a tangent and then I totally forget what I was talking about in the first place, because that's all my videos are. A lot of times I just talk about random crap the entire time and just see where it leads me. Sometimes it leads to good stuff, sometimes it leads to sort of bad stuff. Sort of a mixed bag of ridiculousness most of the time. Alright, I think what we're going to do is go for a wizard instead of a mortar today. I think this is not a good mortar level, it's a good lightning wizard level. It can lightning all over the place, throughout the entire map, basically. So one of the coolest things I went over and I saw was, I went over to my friend's place for a block party. I was probably telling you guys about the block party and the water balloons and the weird bouncy pads that we got and all that stuff in a previous video. And that was all fun and dandy and everything, but I did not tell you guys about is the really cool pond that she has in her backyard. I would have mentioned it in passing or whatnot, but she has a really cool pond in her backyard. It's something like, I don't know, she said I think 3,000 gallons. So, pretty beefy. I don't know if you guys know exactly what 3,000 gallons is. I mean, if you just imagined 3,000 gallons of milk piled up on top of each other, that might be an acceptable way to understand, maybe, how big something is. Or, I don't know, a regular-sized swimming pool is about like 10,000 gallons. So just imagine that, you know, you move that around a little bit. Anyways, she had some really cool fish in there. That was the first thing that I was very impressed by. There was some really big koi in there, and when I say really big, I'm talking about a foot long, maybe? It's pretty big. Like, for koi, I was actually surprised at how big they were. And those things live forever, by the way. They can live hundreds of years, longer than parrots and stuff. Yeah, I know. Surprising, right? So I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to get a monkey village up in here. I'm going to go for another ninja, I think. Use a couple sets of road spikes here. Distract it, distract it, distract it! Why didn't you distract it, dude? You were supposed to distract them! Oh my god, I guess my greed got a little bit ahead of me right there. Not super crazy ahead of me, though. I think I'm still doing okay. Still got 150 lives and everything. And I'm going to buy a couple banana farms now. And, you know what? Slurp some lives in here. Slurpity derp. It's like having a free helipallet up in here. Ooh, what is he called? I don't know. 2-4 helipallet. What's that thing called? Nah, I wish I paid attention more. Wish I paid attention more. I know the Apache Dart Chip because I talk about him all the time, but I do not know what the support chopper is. It's probably just called the support chopper. Anyways, come on, distract him. Distract him. This is actually a lot closer than I was expecting. For 2 ninjas, I mean, they're not 4th tier, but for 2 ninjas right there, to barely pop them up, that's kind of bad. Alright, so I'm going to do one last banana farm in here. Let's hope that they can do a better job this time. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting right there. Just distract all the ceramics. If you don't distract all the ceramics, then you're in a worrisome spot. So we're going to go for Quick and Web Mauler. I think we just pop that thing just a tiny bit quicker. And make all of our ninjas just do much more damage. Oh, and then the coolest thing she had. Oh, man. So, I've probably told you guys about some stories about how when I was a kid, I actually found / caught, not just 1 turtle, but 2 turtles having babies, or rather laying their eggs near like a pond by my house. I used to explore all the ponds all the time, and you don't see turtles very often at all. And it was weird because one time it was just one of those regular like painted looking turtle things. It was laying its eggs, but the other time it was one of those like bigger like box turtles or something. It wasn't a snapper, but it was a big turtle. I would say it was probably about 1.5 feet long, something like that. And like I don't even see these turtles ever. You know, I don't even think that they exist most of the time. So I was kind of impressed with myself that I actually found this turtle. And of course, me being Chris, I'm like, ooh, should I take some eggs home, or what should I do? And here's the weird thing about these turtles. They legit go into a freaking trance. They just don't care what's going on. They just sit there and they just lay their eggs. That's all they do. Like, if you walk up to it, they'll let you do whatever you want to them. So I didn't bother them, of course. I'm not a mean person. I'm not like, ooh, look, turtle soup. I'm not going to eat the turtle or whatever. I'm going to be a jerk and kill all its eggs or anything like that. No, I wouldn't do that. But I watched the turtle lay all the eggs. I thought it was really cool. And then I saw where he buried them. And then I was hoping that I could come back later and watch the baby turtle hatch or something like that. But I never ended up seeing the baby turtle hatch. And the weird thing was, I never saw a hole where the baby turtles crawled out of. So I'm not sure if they ended up not hatching, or if they all died, or if I just didn't see the turtles hatching, because I don't know how long it actually takes for them to hatch. I would expect it to be something like a couple months. You know, it wasn't early, you know, middle of the summer, so maybe they'll hatch by mid-April or whatever. Anyways, I went over to this chick's house, my friend's house, and she had some baby turtles. And she said she actually went to Chinatown to buy said baby turtles. When I'm talking babies, I'm talking about, dude, they were just barely hatched. They were maybe an inch long at most. Tiny, tiny little guys. And they were super duper cute. Obviously, you know, I would not like to have turtles as pets, to be completely honest. I think they're kind of dirty, kind of gross. Baby turtles, though, they're a little bit different. They're extra specially cute, if you ask me. But no, I'm really not that interested in having turtles as pets. I think they're cool and everything, but it's not really my style, I suppose. I feel like I would want to do, like, whenever I do anything for my pets, I go, like, above and beyond, I'd say. When they say, oh, you need to have a 5-gallon tank for these fish, well, I put them in a 10 or a 20. When they say you need to have a 10-gallon tank for your hamsters, put them in a 20. So, like, you know, I just make sure that I go above and beyond, make sure they're having a good time up in there. So, I have a feeling that what I would do is, and I don't want to do this, but I would have to do it. I would feel bad if I didn't. I wouldn't just keep them in like a 10-gallon small tank or anything. I wouldn't even go 20. I'd probably try and like build my own special tank with some really cool, like, you know, pool fabric and like pond fabric and all this other random stuff, and just do a really excellent job to make sure that they're living a really, really good life. And I don't think I want to do that. That's just so much gosh darn work. I don't feel like I could manage myself there. So don't forget, I don't remember, this is a DDT tile, right? So let's make sure we get the 2-3 over here. I'm going to need some more mud popping power for sure, and then I'm also going to pop some more ninjas in here. You know, ninjas are that cheap, weird, good popping power tower thing, so I think what would have happened, though, is I could have very easily forgotten to get this 2-3 monkey village, and I would have been dead. Been like, oh crap, DGT's turtles, no, run away, and then everything would just go really, really bad. Though it does remind me, I was just playing Spyro, and there's a bunch of really, really stupid turtles in the game. It kind of reminds me of the fact that turtles just seem kind of stupid. I don't know. Like, out of all the animals that seem like they're reasonably smart, turtles are not one of them. Frogs are kind of stupid too. Frogs are a little bit better though. They at least hop around, are kind of fun. Turtles, I don't know, they swim around, but they just seem sort of lame. Right? I don't know. They're cool enough, put it that way. Anyways, we got tons of lag happening up in here. Whoa, baby! It's not even that many balloons. It's just ridiculous, and it's all over the place. Yeah. One pet that I really want to get. This is definitely on my if I get rich to-do list. I want to get a pet fox. And now, before you say anything, you're probably thinking, well, Chris, like, you can't get a fox as a pet. That's illegal. You're not allowed to have foxes. Well, I actually want to get one of these Russian foxes. And when I say a Russian fox, you're probably thinking they're a wild animal. Well, they're actually part of the I don't know what to call it, gender breed thingamabob from, there was an experiment a long time ago in Russia, about 50 years ago or whatnot, where they had this giant Russian fox experiment where they tried to make them nicer. They tried to breed nicer foxes, so they just kept naturally selecting the nicest foxes over and over and over again until they eventually got what turned out to be dog-like foxes. And the weird thing about it is what they're doing here, I looked into this a lot, by the way, what they're actually doing with all this stuff, when you talk about making animals nicer, all you're doing is you're making them stay in their young phase for longer. So, if you think about puppies, or, you know, any sort of young, almost any sort of young mammals, they're usually really, really fluffy, nice, they play around, they're not mean or anything like that. Of course, they're usually like sort of scared and whatnot, but they're not mean in any way. And what you're doing is you're making these foxes stay in the puppy stage for their entire lives. That's what dogs are. They're basically wolves in the puppy stage forever. Isn't that weird to think about? I don't know. It's weird to think about it for me. Anyways, a big chain of DDTs up in here, but we annihilate these bad boys. And we are, of course, going to win for sure. Yeah, after we pop that big 6 chain of DDTs right there, you just know things are going to go your way, especially with a million ninjas up in here, surrounded by a monkey village. I just wish the lag wasn't so freaking ridiculous, you know? I want to see what's going on, not just, explosion, dead, up, they're gone. Anyways, I think that's all I'm going to have for you guys today. We are going to have, for sure, a really nice time in our, delicious Sandstorm special mission up in here. Weird thing is you actually only get... Oh, they do tell me my starting cash. It is the right amount of starting cash, I believe. So, yeah, I'm kind of excited for this thing. I think there should be I think there might be also a chest somewhere up in this vicinity up in here. So we might go and look for that pretty soon as well. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure you press that like button for me. Appreciate that a bunch. And have a super duper delicious day.